Hi, welcome to She Spice. Joe Rogan has given a chilling admonition to Ricky that it is insignificant to guarantee the comic risk after his heartless takedowns of Hollywood's haziest privileged insights. Him saying, don't righteousness signal just emerged here. Get your little prize. Go off because no one thinks often about your perspective. I was like, thank you. Ricky has never kept down with regards to uncovering the filthy underside of Sparkletone, from getting down on strong elites to ridiculing their secret plans at high-profile occasions. Assuming that you do, when a grant this evening, don't utilize it as a stage to deliver a political discourse. Right. You're in no situation to address general society about everything except Rogan, except those very elites might be prepared to strike back. Has he gone excessively far this time? Could Ricky's harsh tone at last cross paths with some unacceptable individuals with Hollywood's set of experiences of quieting the individuals who know a lot of Ricky, maybe confronting dangers more genuine than he of all time expected? So what precisely did Ricky Gervais do to mix the pot well during his amazing brilliant Globe speech? Gervais totally burnt Hollywood, tearing into everything from the business phony progressiveness to its filthy mysteries, assuming you win right. Come up, acknowledge your little honor, thank your representative, and thank your God. And he got down on their twofold guidelines and made jokes that left the room wriggling in their seats. The crowd was dazed. Some chuckled, some recoiled, yet a certain something was without a doubt. Nobody left that evening immaculate by Ricky's fire while Ricky went there, and the aftermath was monstrous as opposed to praising him for talking reality. Gervais regarded himself as on Hollywood's. How about we simply consider it their informal hit list? I'm Ricky, and thank you. You'll be satisfied to realize this is the last time I'm facilitating these honors, so I don't mind any longer. Joe Rogan, the one who never avoids discussion himself on his web, recording the Joe Rogan Experience Rogan, lauded Gervais for having the guts to get down on Hollywood shy tea. Rogan was advertised calling Gervais a genuine comic for going rebel on an industry known for playing it safe. However, Rogan didn't stop there. Rogan accepts Ricky Gervais might be at genuine risk. After all, Hollywood isn't precisely known for taking care of analysis effortlessly. Rogan even proposed that Jez with his no-holds-barred jokes might have shaken a few extremely strong enclosures, and when influential individuals feel compromised, you never realize what could happen. Sure, a couple in Hollywood were adequately fearless to cheer him on. Some regarded Gervais for his severe genuineness and were dazzled by his readiness to express out loud whatever every other person was thinking. However, he was too frightened to even consider expressing that he's Ricky Gervais. He has the capacity to most likely say goodness. I'll make it happen in any case. I'll do it along these lines. Yet Rogan isn't purchasing the adulation from the sidelines for his genuine power. Merchants, the ones moving Hollywood's greatest arrangements, are not content with Gervais, and that is where the peril lies. Is Rogan overcompensating, or is he onto something? The amusement industry has for quite some time been blamed for hushing voices that don't fit the story. Jerry's dangerously sharp jokes at the brilliant Globes have put an objective on his back. Joe Rogan generally tends to assume, so his admonition was clear. In the event that you challenge Hollywood, you would be advised to look out regardless of whether he acknowledges it. His bold genuineness may very well have opened Pandora's container he wasn't prepared for. Also, presently, it is all up to Hollywood. Obviously, presently Ricky had no choice except to fix up security and hide out sources near the jokester. Ricky is exceptionally mindful of the risks, and he can bear anything security he needs, so he thought it was an easy decision. This opinion appears to have taken on another aspect later. Ricky started considering his own mortality in a meeting Gervais shared consistently. I'm nearer to death consistently, which is a greater level of the remainder of your life, and we don't have any idea what rate that is destined to be. Assuming I bite the dust tomorrow was half, while it might appear like Ricky is essentially contemplating life's unavoidable end. Some can't resist the urge to keep thinking about whether there's something else to it. Could the joke artist be feeling the tension from Hollywood's tip-top after his touchy takedown of the business deception? Rogan's admonition indicates the more profound repercussions of facing such strong figures, and Gervais' later reflections on death recommend that he may have understood the gravity of his activities yet. Perhaps that is not the case. I began a band, and we got marked, and it was finished as fast as it began, that my stone vocation was 1 year one drawn out. Everybody expects Ricky to be captivated by the open door. Yet Jerry had an excessive number of potential open doors at this point, and he has chosen to never again keep down his genuine considerations on some significant matters. I'm Ricky, thank you. You'll be satisfied to realize this is it no more. I'm facilitating these honors, so I couldn't care less any longer. I'm kidding. I never did just in minutes. Ricky D figured out how to piggyback the drape on Hollywood's haziest side. He featured probably the most surprising issues that the elites endeavor to keep secret, dismissing things from. He focused on Felicity Huffman's scandalous school confirmation. Outrage establishing the vibe for what might be an unashamed takedown of the business-privileged insights. The permit plate was made by Felicity Huffman, so no shush. It's her girl. I feel sorry for it, all right? Felicity Huffman had paid significant payoffs to get her little girl's place at a renowned school, successfully taking the spot from a seriously meriting understudy. However, she acknowledged her discipline. Her case was at this point one more sign of how Hollywood elites control the framework for their potential benefit. At her condemning, Huffman said, "I acknowledge the court's choice today without reservation." Huffman said at the hour of her condemnation, "I have forever been ready to acknowledge whatever discipline Judge Tawani forced. I overstepped the law. I have conceded that, and I confess to this wrongdoing. There are no good reasons or supports for my activities." Period. Ricky didn't stop there. He then handled an embarrassment that sent shockwaves through Hollywood. Jeffrey Epstein, in common JY style, conveyed a cutting joke about the infamous wrongdoer's baffling passing in jail, further uncovering the awkward insights the industry would prefer to keep calm. So in the end, he clearly didn't off himself very much like Jeffrey Epstein shut up. I know he's your companion. Be that as it may, I don't mind. Jeff Epstein was no customary criminal. The money year captured on charges of Steph hicking and intrigue immediately turned into the focal point of a case that uncovered the dull underside of force and honor. What set Epstein apart was his profound associations with some of the most persuasive individuals in the world. His high-profile group of friends, which included figures like Donald Trump, Bill Clinton, and ruler Andrew, raised serious inquiries concerning how he made do to avoid equity for such a long time. Hollywood, too, wasn't far distant from Epstein's scope. Outstanding figures like humorist Chris Exhaust and entertainer Kevin Spacey delighted in their relationship with the shamed agent. Spacey specifically needed to affirm about his association with Epstein, passionately denying any nearby ties and expressing that I was presently being discussed as on the off chance that I knew Jeffrey Epstein like I was some significant and strong companion of his, and in light of the fact that I did on this plane, I had really traveled to what was being called Pedro Island, and keeping in mind that the facts confirmed that I met Jeffrey Epstein on that trip, I at absolutely no point ever saw him in the future. What's more, I have never been to any island. However, Epstein wasn't the main strong figure associated with Hollywood's first class. Ricky didn't avoid tending to another famous figure during his brilliant Globe discourse. Harvey Weinstein, once one of Hollywood's most regarded makers, Weinstein's name is presently inseparable from the business's haziest mysteries. J.Y. called attention to how the whole business had chosen not to see Weinstein for quite a long time, securing Weinstein by remaining quiet and permitting his patory conduct to go on to our next moderator featured in Netflix Bird Box, a film where individuals get by behaving as they don't see. A thing sort of like working for Harvey Weinstein by raising both Epstein and Weinstein. J.Y. uncovered the affectionate ties among Hollywood and strong guilty parties, uncovering how the elite safeguard each other from results. These weren't secluded episodes yet, part of a bigger culture where power abundance and quietness permitted deplorable demonstrations to proceed uncontrolled. By this point, the crowd was as eager and anxious as ever, uncertain of what J.Y. would agree straight away, and he didn't keep down in the wake of focusing on the strong figures behind Hollywood's dull, privileged insights. J.Y. moved his concentration to some of the greatest names in the business, keeping the intensity on quite possibly one of his most honed spikes, was aimed at Leonardo DiCaprio, ridiculing the entertainer for his notable propensity for dating ladies so youthful they could, without much of a stretch be his little girls. Leonardo DiCaprio went to the premiere, and by the end his date was excessively old for him, so the crowd ejected as he had prepared by the time sometime in the distant past in Hollywood was over. DiCaprio's date was excessively old for him. It was a severe takedown of one of Hollywood's most cherished stars, featuring the frequently disregarded age hole in his associations with a portion of Jay's signature mind. Well, Ricky has never been one to avoid contention, and during his scathing discourse, he contacted the effect of woke culture in Hollywood and commented on how this. Subscribe She Spice for more videos.